everyone, I'm Carleen and I'm a health coach. I have created a series of videos that's going to help you really understand what foods will heal your body, help you get unstuck with weight, revitalize your metabolism, and feel really good in the skin that you're in. In my health coaching practice, one of the first things that I start with when I look into people's kitchens and pantries and take people on grocery store tours is to help them understand good fats versus bad fats. And here I have some of my favorite fats. First, I want to talk to you about this myth that eating fat will make you fat. In the 80s, I can remember all these experts going on TV and even doctors saying, stop eating fat, it's going to make you fat. And so what happened is our food system, they took out the fat, everything was low fat, non-fat, and they replaced it with sugar, and we became more of sugar burning humans instead of fat burning humans, which made us crave more sugar, and our insulin spiked and our blood sugar was getting spiked, and now we're in this obesity epidemic, and we have a lot of people who are really unhappy with the way that they feel and look, and a lot of that is because they're eating too much synthetic food and too much reliance in their diet on sugar and starch. So we need to come back to fat and bring fat back into our meals and understand what the bad fats are and what the good fats are. So I have 3 strategies that I'm going to discuss with you that are really going to help you take charge of your health and feel really good with your decisions. Getting rid of the bad fats from the diet. So what are the bad fats? Well, these are all the vegetable oil. We use chemical solvents in order to refine the oils, which also causes inflammation in our bodies. Inflammation is the root cause of disease, and that would be chronic diseases that you might all be familiar with: heart disease, Alzheimer's, cancer, diabetes, metabolic dysfunction, and we can do something about it. What are these fats called, these vegetable oils? Well, if you turn around most processed foods, refined carbohydrates, any kind of snack food, you're gonna see, I'm gonna read the list off to you: soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, corn, Crisco, margarine, and cottonseed. Okay, so we talked about number 1, get rid of the bad fats. Number 2, relying less on grain-based carbs. When we eat those grains, it's gonna spike your insulin, spike your blood sugar, and once it's done spiking, it starts coming down, it comes down hard. And when it dips below and it gets too low, we start feeling really cranky, we get those hunger pains, and we become like heat-seeking missiles for more sugar and more starch. When you rely less on the grains and the refined carbs and you bring in the healthy fats, it does not spike your insulin or your sugar, and you're going to be nice and even and balanced. And guess what? You're gonna lose weight. So if you are feeling stuck with weight and you rely a lot on grains and you don't have that much healthy fat in your diet, this switch is going to make a huge difference. Number 3, let's talk about the good fats. These are some of my favorites that I always have stocked in my kitchen. So we'll start with the oils. We've got olive oil, which many people know. This is a great fat to use with your cooking. However, I want to caution you from using olive oil for high heat cooking. Olive oil really breaks down in high heat cooking and you lose a lot of the health benefits. So this is really great for dipping, for dressing. And then we've got avocado oil. It's made for high heat cooking of up to 500 degrees. I really like this brand, this Chosen Foods brand. This is excellent for sauteing vegetables or roasting vegetables at higher temperatures, and it tastes really delicious. Coconut oil. So coconut oil is also a better fat to use for higher heat cooking, and I will slather coconut oil all over my roasted vegetables. It gives it a really beautiful flavor. When you put your fat on your vegetable, the fat on the vegetables is going to allow your body to absorb the vitamin and minerals better from the vegetable. Here's a dressing. So dressings can be when you buy a store-bought dressing, they can be a big source of the bad fats: canola, sunflower, safflower. This Primal Kitchens brand, you can see this gets well used in my house. This Primal Kitchens brand uses avocado oil. It's a really, really wonderful line of healthy fat products and dressings. And so you can find it in most grocery stores. I love Primal Kitchen. This is pork fat. So pork fat, and this is made by Epic. Animal fat is a great fat to cook with. It also gives just awesome flavor to your meals, but make sure it's from a healthy animal. This is MCT oil. MCT oil is not something I necessarily use for cooking, but when I'm eating a ketogenic diet, I want to use some ketones. I got like a big project or a big day and I need lots of brain clarity. I'll drop my carbs down and increase my fats a little bit more and put something like MCT oil into my coffee or my tea. And this will help stimulate more production of ketones, which is energy that your body uses from breaking down fat stores. And it gives you just this burst of mental clarity. So MCT oil is great. And then we get into our food. So avocados, as you know, is a super great healthy fat. Love these, really therapeutic for your gut. And then we've got our chia seeds and our flax seeds and hemp. And this is really wonderful for feeding and cultivating the good bacteria in your gut. These are prebiotic. You can put chia seeds in water and it forms like a globby ball and it helps you stay hydrated, gives you a little bit of extra protein too. And then hemp seeds you can sprinkle on vegetables. Flaxseed you can put in smoothies. Really high omega-3 too, which is super important for brain health. We've got nuts. Macadamia nuts and walnuts are excellent sources of healthy fats. You got your nut butters. This is peanut butter. We don't have any issues with peanut butter in my family, but you could also do almond butter, walnut butter, macadamia nut butter. And then you've got olives. Olives are a really wonderful healthy fat, no carbs in here. So a great way to increase your fats and keep your carbs balanced. This butter is Kerrygold. It's from cows that have been grass-fed and treated well. Happy, healthy animals will give you happy, healthy protein and fat. And the same thing goes with these eggs. These eggs I get right up the road from Garner Family Farms. She takes them out of the coop that day and then delivers them to houses. She delivers them to Mantra Fit. And they're only $4 a carton and just extraordinary eggs. There's been a lot of double yolks recently, which is super fun. Eat the yolk. The yolk has the omega-3 in it. Don't just eat the egg whites. And then lastly here, we have protein. So we've got cold water fatty fish, which is also high in omega-3s. This is sardines, wild caught, salmon. Canned salmon is an affordable way to have salmon introduced to your diet, and typically canned salmon is wild caught. And then anchovies. So these are all three great sources of having like a fattier protein, which is essential for our health. When we eat more fat, and again, eating healthy fat doesn't make you fat. When we eat more fat, we feel fuller, we feel satiated. We're going to snack less. We're going to have less of those energy dips and those mood swings where we feel like we need to feed ourselves, hangry. That hangry was a term, a newer modern term that wasn't around when our grandparents were alive, because our grandparents ate healthy fats. It was a staple in their diet. That helps you understand what fats are really great to have in your body and in your kitchen and what to cook with. If you would like to work with me a little bit more closely on some of my group coaching programs where we dig in really deep together, I'm going to have those links in the bottom of this video in the comments. And one final thought that I'd like to leave you on today is that if you are struggling with your health and you are struggling with your weight, that your body is not broken. Your cells might just not be getting the right information that they need to thrive. And I am a big believer that food is medicine and we can radically transform our health, but just by changing the information that we're giving to our cells. Thank you for watching. More to come.